Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Doorshutter coming back to you with a brand new episode of All of Fabric 6. And today we are actually going to be starting with a Create Tree Farm. This is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because I've kind of just been trying to get some materials, trying to get the villager trading stuff up and going. And as you can see here, we've got Efficiency 5, Mending, and Fortune 3. These are three of the books that I was able to get. I also did make a Silk Touch one, Silk Touch pickaxe in case we need that in the future. Not too shabby there. So I only got a handful, but it took hours. I've been going for about 3 hours trying to get this episode going, but it's just taken quite a while. If you guys don't know, a lot of the times these episodes do take hours upon hours to film, and that is mostly because I'm trying to get things off camera done, and it doesn't always work out. So we're gonna grab 5 of these mechanical saws, and I think this is all we need. All of this stuff right here. I think we may need some. We don't really need these cogwheels, but I think about everything right here, and we also do have super glue. I think we should be good. We just kind of need to find an area for this. I think out to the left, and I know we have some pillagers outside. I've heard them and I've muted them. So let's just head out here. Let's see. I want a flat area. Maybe we go and do some small tunnels here. Just clear this out real quick. Alrighty. So I've cleared out a little bit of an area here. And I also did miss a piece of this. I do need some portable storage interfaces, but I don't have those right now. We'll grab those whenever we need them. So let's see. So I've dug out a little bit of that area. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to grab this windmill bearing. And we're going to place this... let's see. I think we can just place it like this. Nope. Shift place it. There we go. And then what we're going to do is grab some spruce planks. I always just like doing wood. It's not necessary. You could do cobblestone. You could do anything that I believe is not a tidal entity or, you know, like a chest or something. I'm pretty sure it might break the windmill, but I've never tried that actually, and I never plan on trying that. Let's also swap the orientation here just ahead of time. And I'm not really worried about how fast this thing goes, by the way, just because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. This is a very, very early game tree farm that will last forever, basically. Like, it genuinely doesn't need maintenance. And I don't think I've ever really went and just tried another tree farm middle of the game to replace the Create Tree Farm. Because it's just like an old reliable, right? It doesn't really break down. It doesn't really, you know, have too many issues unless you, of course, get full on items and things like that. But, you know, that's kind of on you at the end of the day, right? So let's create some channels here. So that way we can kind of walk around the edge of this. This is definitely the weirdest windmill design I think I've ever went with, but that's alright. Kind of trying to do it in a smaller area here. Looks like I don't have enough sails. So let's see, can we... We'll just pop off a couple of these. I don't really think it matters. We could just keep it. We're never going to look at this, right? So, let's go back up here. So now what we want to do, of course, is get some shafts and pull that to the top here. You could put it closer to the top, by the way. Doesn't really matter. I dug a little too far down, but we're not going to change it now. So let's grab a mechanical bearing to replace that. I forgot about one thing here, and that is a radial chassis. So on top of the mechanical bearing, we can ignore the super glow. I was testing something before we did all of it. So radial chassis. Make sure it's a radial chassis and not a linear chassis. Then we're going to want to place down the 5 deployers. 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's right away just start doing this. Just filter these immediately. Okay? And then here, we're going to grab a create wrench. Quickly, here's the recipe. 3 gold plates, cogwheel, and a stick. And we're going to toggle this down to 6. because at the end of this, we're going to want a portable storage interface. So this is going from here, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those should be super glued together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these mechanical saws. And the next thing, let's just make sure that we kind of keep these together here. I believe we can do that. I'm not sure, though. The next thing, of course, make sure we have storage. So we'll super glue all this stuff together. This is a more compact design than most you'll see around, because a lot of people like towering them up and things, and this is just super simple. You got 5 deployers, 5 saws. You don't need to worry about making more than one set of radial chassis or linear chassis or anything like that. And we can set down the portable storage interface. It'll go right here, but right now, since we don't have these saplings planted, I'm not going to do that, just because I don't want to mess things up here. But let's go down here, and I think with me testing, I did switch this around. So let's turn that back the other direction. And we should see that this is actually not connecting. Let me try one more thing here. Did I forget that we need to do... Hold on. Let's get rid of this for a second. I'm trying to get rid of the super glue so I can make it look a little bit better here. So we need to remember to super glue this side and then place this down, and that should be everything we need. I hope. I just kind of forgot that that was a thing we needed to do. Okay. So now this should be operational. It is not operating, though. I'm thinking these chests might be the problem. So let's quickly turn this off. Let's grab a crafting table because I don't feel like running all the way back over to my base for a simple chest. And I don't know if this is the issue, but we're going to just try it here on camera. This is one of the things with modded Minecraft, is sometimes you do have to test some things, and sometimes they will work, sometimes they won't, and that's absolutely fine. So let's get rid of that. Let's take out our super glue real quick as well, so we can punch the super glue connections there. Let's just make sure everything is, together. And I think we turn this down to 6, right? Yeah, so this actually should all be super glued together. So if we get rid of all this stuff, so you can see how that's highlighted, that is all connected to this. So we shouldn't need to super glue anything besides that one side, and this should, in theory, work. So let's plop down a chest. Let's super glue, because I don't think this will be connected, right? Because it's up. Unless we put another radial chassis here, which we could, but let's just make it simple. Give it one more go. It might help if I put the saplings in the chest before we give it a go. Just a little bit. Let's see if the chests are the problem. The chests were the problem. Okay, so we cannot use iron chests restocked for this. That is fine. It's a good thing to know. All right, and we're gonna notice an issue. I need to re-rotate or change the rotation, because we need the saws coming at the trees. Also, we can demonstrate one of the flaws with this. Oh, actually, it didn't work. It didn't do it this time. Occasionally, the saplings will get stuck on the, the actual rotational contraption. So do keep that in mind if you stop it. You just have to clear the field and then just go back for it. I mean, it's not difficult to do, but yeah, this is working, right? So this is a create tree farm, very, very basic, very, very minimal as well, because I know a lot of other people put the deployers, up 2 blocks or whatever. This is super simple. Let's quickly see. Do we have any bones? I want to grab some bone meal. Also, just a note, you can put more than one chest on top of this, just so you guys know, and I may, in the future, do that just so we don't run into issues, but let's watch this. Okay. Also, you will notice that the center blocks here will not get anything placed on them. That is just because that's how this contraption works. Basically, this deployer only plants like 1 or 4 saplings. I believe it plants like the corner ones, and that's it. It's really, really small on what this deployer does. But if you do another design where it's like stacked up on each other, you will get a smaller field for 5 deployers and 5 saws, but you do get like this area, so it's like 3 or 4 blocks out. We can see that we are going to get attacked here. Also, you could use the mechanical saws for a mob farm, just so you guys know, because they do harm mobs. So if you guys really wanted to, you could create like a contraption to have, zombies fall and then just run them over with a mechanical saw, and it technically would work. All right. All right, so let's get on to setting up the portable storage interface here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place another block here, just for a second. Place the portable storage interface. And one thing I would advise is you need a hopper or a chute here. Hoppers are actually worse than chutes because chutes drop in a batch while hoppers drop one at a time. Just so you guys know. So I believe chutes drop 4 per time, but I don't fully remember. So we could actually quickly get this set down. Grab a copper chest. We should still be able to use the copper chest here, I hope. Because I really don't want to put these to waste. I mean, most likely they wouldn't, because we could just put them in our actual home for storage stuff. But yeah, there we go. And it is working. And you just see how quick that was? Like, it went from nothing to basically, emptying the entire inventory. So, definitely a superior option than hoppers. Also, a little bit cheaper than hoppers, just because hoppers are 5 iron. So, if we look at that, so 5 iron, and then a chute, which is the 2 iron plus an iron ingot, and you get 4. So 2 plates, 1 iron, so 3 iron basically to get 4 chutes. The biggest thing is they don't have an interface. They don't have a filter unless you go for the smart chute, which actually has a filterable slot and can be turned off with redstone, and it's fantastic. So definitely use the chute. I think I've made the mistake plenty of times where I don't use chutes and I just use hoppers. And in this case, since we only have 1 chest here, using this chute is definitely going to be just like, hey, quickly dump everything. And hopefully we won't, run into the issues of having too many items in the chest. But, we'll see. All right, I'm quickly going to light this area up because I did get attacked quite a lot whenever I was trying to come back over here after sleeping. I do plan on clearing a lot of these trees out of the area, by the way. Just make it easier. All right. But yeah, see how much this is actually already placing down? And also, if we really wanted to, you could place torches here just so mobs don't spawn in that area. Or, glowstone or something that doesn't intrude a little bit more. Might not be a bad option. Okay. Also, let's go down here and make sure this is lit up so we don't have stuff spawning. I think I just used all my torches. Okay, we'll do that later. But yeah, this is working. This is a tree farm. It is not that expensive, especially because the deployers are probably the most expensive thing. If you do not know, the deployer does cost brass. And to make brass, I just went and I made the alloy smelter, the iron alloy smeltery, which just runs, or alloy furnace, not a smeltery. This is a smelter. This is a furnace. This runs off coal. It's basically the exact same thing. 3 copper, 1 zinc, 4 brass. Then put them in a compactor or compressor thing. And then we got some plates. So definitely nothing too complicated there. And you can see that we are getting a pretty decent turnout on these logs. Also, the faster this goes, the faster it plants, the faster it harvests, all that stuff. If you want to speed up the windmill, go for it. You don't really have to do too many sales to get it going. I think really like 16 sales basically would get you going if you really wanted to. So just some pretty cool things here. I do love this contraption. It's super simple. It really is. It's like the most simple thing you could do, but it works so well. And also, if we wanted to we could do a charcoal farm with this, which we will probably do another farm. I think I want to do 2 of these actually this season instead of just having one that's like wood and charcoal. Let's just go both. Let's try that. But we'll do that in the next episode because, of course, I am out of time for today. You know, I think we got a decent bit of stuff done. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this very, very simple, you know, create tree farm. I always love doing this. I've done this so many times. I really have. And I think it's fantastic. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap this one up. This has been a fun one. I really am enjoying messing with Create a little bit here in the Fabric version because I don't think I really messed with it too much in the original take of All of Fabric 6. So I definitely want to take some more time getting some, you know, cobblestone stoneworks stuff. Ooh, that might be fun. I've actually never done that. Wow, I've never done a Create Stoneworks. That is definitely something on the block, and it's not hard. So I think next episode we will do charcoal. The episode after that we will do some good old-fashioned stoneworks. Get some glass, get some stone, get some gravel, cobblestone, all that stuff. I think that sounds like a plan. Definitely, definitely. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.